So this is just the basic drill of step up or legging up. You're having the shooter go to as high as peak as possible in this drill. In this drill, you want to try to capture your hand and both your legs working at the same time, a strong work rate, allowing your torso to get out of the water. We talked about this a couple of times, and you can see the shooter, the higher he gets out of the water, the harder and quicker he can rotate his body to have the power on his shot. So in the underwater cameras, you'll notice a big hard breaststroke kick, almost in that split egg beater. He's got one leg behind him, one leg directly below him. The leg directly below him, you'll notice, is that it's pretty much directly below the leading shoulder, which is his left shoulder right here. The other thing is you'll notice is also that as he's throwing or going through the motion, he's having a long and strong breaststroke kick, which helps generate the force of energy through his legs, through his torso, through his shoulder, his elbow, and his wrist. Remember, the ball has to come off your middle finger. Have that backspin on that ball allows that hard snap at the end. This next shooting drill is a pass, slide, catch, and shoot. Now what you're trying to teach your athletes or yourself is to keep moving in the game of water polo. The more you stay still, the field blockers can stay and hold you or block you. Now in this drill, when you pass, your objective is to slide to a new shooting lane, looking at the cage, seeing if the cage is available for a catch and shoot. Catching the ball, releasing the ball for a nice near side or cross cage shot. So in this pass, slide, catch, and shoot, you can go from diving to your left to your strong side, around that defender. In this video, you'll see how he comes back to his legs before he catches and shoots. He goes back to the vertical, back to that foundation before he releases the ball. This allows him to actually get as high as he possibly can in the water. There's two ways to go about this. You can dive with your strong hand, snap your legs back underneath you, receive the ball, and catch and shoot. Or the other way is crossover with your leading hand or your left hand if you're right-hander, across your body, reestablishing your position in new passing or shooting lane, going directly to your legs and releasing the ball on a shot. The underwater view on these drills, the pass, catch, slide, and shoot, you notice that the player is in his vertical position underwater. And then he goes from his dive into a horizontal position, gaining ground, a meter, at 2 meters, as far as you can maximize your strength, your length. The next, he brings his legs back underneath him, that foundation leg and his leading leg, which establishes his height. His back leg establishes power. H to dive. This is horizontal to dive positioning and shooting. This is a great technique for a player who's swimming down the pool on a counterattack or in an isolation opportunity in the front court where he's in the horizontal position. If you notice the players are taking a couple strokes of the ball, snapping your leading leg underneath them to get them back in the vertical, and immediately going into a dive position, diving one more time to create that space that maybe a trailer behind them is coming after them. So their momentum is going towards the cage. The great thing about this dive right here, it allows the offensive player to have vision of the game, to read the game for that split second, maybe 2 seconds. And then he can see the goalie, react to where the goalie's at, and finish his shot. Very similar to the pass, slide, catch, and shoot. Now we're sliding, catching, and shooting. We're sliding before we receive the ball, as though we're a player on the weak side triangle trying to open up ourselves for a new shooting lane or a passing lane. If you notice, the players are diving into their shooting spot. They're keeping their free shooting hand available for the receiving the ball. That way they can catch and shoot immediately upon arrival of the ball. During your dives, make sure you change directions. Don't always go to one side or the other. Change it up a little bit. Go forward, go to your right, go to your left. Visualize the game in your head prior to this drill. That way you can execute it when the drill does come in a game situation. Again, the basic fundamentals of shooting is continue to create movement. Too often at the young age do we stay in the vertical and stay only in the vertical in our shooting drills, and we just stand out there in lines. These drills will help you recognize creating new shooting lanes or passing lanes around your field blocker. Always remember, the best type of shooters are the ones who create for themselves, not for somebody creating for them. Now go out there and create your opportunity.